Hello students. Today in this lecture I am going to discuss with you very important topic, that is the government contract. In this lecture I am going to discuss with you that what is the government contract, what are the various constitutional provisions in respect of government contract. We will discuss the bare language of Article 299 of the Indian Constitution. Thereafter, we will discuss the interpretation of Article 299 of Indian Constitution and how the government contract to be made, that whether the government contract will be made expressly or whether the government contract can be made impliedly, and in case the government contract has been made, what is the contractual liability in respect of government contract. Now, without wasting the time, I am going to start my video. In this video, first concept is what is government contract. So government contract is a contract in which the central government or a state government is one of a party to the contract. When a contract in which the central government or state government is a party to the contract, that contract is called a government contract. Like other ordinary contracts, a government contract is also governed by the Indian Contract Act 1872. However, in addition to the requirement of Indian Contract Act 1872, a government contract has to comply with the provisions of Article 298 and 299 of the Indian Constitution. Now we are going to discuss what are the various constitutional provisions in respect of government contract. Under Article 298 of the Indian Constitution, under the exercise of its executive power, the union or a state government can enter into contract for the acquisition, holding and disposal of property, or to carry on any trade or business, or for any other purpose. That means to say, when the central government or the state government is exercising its executive power, then under the exercise of its executive power, the central government or the state government can enter into various types of contract for the acquisition, holding and disposal of property, or to carry on any trade or business, or for any other purpose. Whereas Article 299 of the Indian Constitution states how the government contract is to be made and who will be liable in case of breach of government contract. Let us discuss what is the bare language of Article 299. Article 299 is divided in two clauses, clause number 1, clause number 2. Clause number 1 will state who are the persons authorized to execute contract on behalf of the union government or the state government. And Article 299 clause 2 will state who will be liable for government contracts. Article 299 clause 1 states that all contracts made in the exercise of the executive power of the union or of a state shall be, that means to say it is the mandatory provision, that all contract shall be expressed to be made by the president or by the governor of the state, as the case may be. And all such contract and all assurances of property made in exercise of that power shall be executed on behalf of the president or the governor by such persons and in such manner as he may direct or authorize. That means to say, all types of government contract shall be expressed to be made by the president in case the union government is concerned, or by the governor of the state if the state government is concerned. And it can be executed on behalf of the president or governor by such authorized persons and in such manner as the president or governor may direct or authorize. Clause number 2 of Article 299 states that for the government contracts, neither the president nor the governor nor the authorized person shall be held responsible in case there is breach of contract. What is stated in the bare language? Let us study. Neither the president nor the governor shall be personally liable in respect of any contract or assurance made or executed for the purpose of this constitution or for the purpose of any enactment relating to the government of India which is in force, nor shall any making or executing such contract or assurance on behalf of any of them personally liable in respect thereof. So, after studying Article 299, the position can be stated in this form. First of all, government contract must be expressed to be made by the president or governor. It is very important condition, and they shall be executed by the competent person and in the prescribed manner. But if the government contracts are not expressed to be made by the president or governor, or it had not been executed by the competent persons, or it had not been executed in the prescribed manner, then what will happen? If the above requirements are not complied with, then the government is not bound by the contract. Because we have studied Article 299, that shall word had been used. Because Article 299 of the Constitution is mandatory, not any discretion can be applied in case of government contract. If the above requirements are not complied with, then the officer executing the contract would be personally bound. Normally, the officer will not be personally bound, but if he had not complied with the requirements of Article 299, then the officer executing the contract would be personally liable. But if the government had enjoyed any benefit from the other party to the contract, then the government will be under the liability to restore the benefit to the person from whom the government had received any benefit. Okay. And how the government contract is to be made, whether expressly or impliedly. Normally, we have seen that ordinary contract can be made expressly or impliedly. That means to say, it may be by words of mouth, by writing, or by the conduct of the parties. But government contract cannot be made impliedly. It has to be expressly formed in a legal form. So what is stated in the notes? While an ordinary contract can be made by express words or by implied conduct of the parties, but a government contract should be made expressly. Why this provision has been made? This provision have been made to safeguard the government against fake contract, which may be made on their behalf to defraud the general people. And this is the reason why implied contracts do not have any scope in cases of government contract. Okay, so the government contract is to be made expressly. But what will happen if a person enter into contract with government impliedly? Then what will be happen? Then neither he nor the government will be able to enforce the contract before the court of law. It has been made clear by the Supreme Court of India in KP Chaudhary versus State of Madhya Pradesh, AIR 1967, Supreme Court 203. But there is practically a difficulty to form always formal agreement in case of government contract. While the Supreme Court has held in many cases that there should be a formal express contract. Supreme Court has held in many cases that there should be a formal express contract. But many times it has been seen that it is not practical to always have a formal agreement. And many times the government officers has to enter into petty contracts as well. And therefore, it is not ideal to create a formal agreement every time, even for such petty contracts. So, the courts in India relax these requirements and said that if the contract is made in writing, that is very important. If the contract is made in writing and substantial requirement under Article 299 clause number 1 are fulfilled, that means to say that contract was expressed to be made by the president or governor as the case may be, and it was made by the competent persons, then a contract will be valid even if all the requirement under this provision has not been fulfilled. And what is the contractual liability in case of government contracts? Under Article 299 clause number 2, it has been stated that in case of government contracts, the president, the governor, the person who is authorized to act on their behalf are provided immunity from personal liability which may be incurred due to the non-performance of the contract. That means to say, if there is breach of contract on part of the government, then neither the president nor the governor and also not the authorized person shall be personally liable in respect of government contract. But this immunity is provided to the president, governor and the authorized persons only. It does not mean that government is also not liable for the contract. The liability of the government will be the same as in case of normal contract under the Indian Contract Act 1872. So, in case of government contract, a person can sue to the government as well as a government can sue a person in case of breach of contract in the court of law if there is breach either on part of a person or either on part of the government as the case may be. So this is something about this lecture of government contract. If you like my video, then kindly subscribe my channel to get the new notifications. And if you want to take the notes of my YouTube lectures, then you can go to lawarticles2020.blogspot.com, in which I am providing the written notes of my lectures. Thank you very much.